Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're playing with everything glittery and sparkly and new from Anastasia, and through, I have a pretty solid crush on this collection. There are a few things that I'm going to talk about that didn't work out, but I have to say, like, everything is really beautiful. I like my makeup today so much too, by the way. And this is not in any way like the first time that I always say, like, this is not in any way sponsored. Like, my brain wanted to say that. It's not, PS. But where I was actually going is, this is not a first impressions. This is actually something that I have been playing with since before I went to Vegas. I packed this with me, and me and my sisters just kind of devoured this palette while we were on our trip because we were going to see J-Lo and we're in Vegas. So we're like, hello, we need shiny, glitzy, you know, smoky, beautiful makeup. So I brought this and we got great use out of it, but I also brought the glitters, and we tried to unleash our inner J-Los, if you will. Everybody was just like in the glitter. I guess my point is I wanted to illustrate that I've taken this on several trips now. I took this to Taylor Swift as well. I've, you know, gotten to know this palette, and there are a lot of things about it that I really, really love. A lot of people were saying like, hey, this is just another Anastasia palette, and I get that. Like, someone actually posted like a graph of all of the Anastasia palettes and showed how there's just like only a couple of changes per palette. And, you know, on one hand, that made me kind of smile and laugh a little bit because I'm like, yeah, like we're all insane, like collecting all of these palettes when really, are they that different? Like, I don't think they are. But we still love them, right? We still love them. So this one to me is my kind of a palette because I love high shine metallics that are soft, not necessarily the ones that have like a ton of fluff and kickback, which you guys know I haven't always been the biggest fan of Anastasia palettes. The Subculture, I struggled hard with that one, and it just had that kind of patchiness and would not blend, specifically with those matte, deeper shades. They kind of shifted in color, and that was a whole thing. But before that, I really loved the Modern Renaissance palette. I had a teacher in high school that always corrected us that was like, it's Renaissance, and I always want to say it like that to this day, even anyway. Okay, so but the Sultry palette is another one that the formula is soft, it's not overly fluffy. I'm gonna insert some live swatches for you guys before we jump into the actual kind of mini tutorial part of this video so that you can understand what this palette is all about. It leans on the cool tone side, and if you go to their site, you will see on the landing page, first off, the most gorgeous picture of this palette ever. Like, the palette was face-tuned. I mean, it looks so gorgeous. You want to print it out and like stick it on the wall. So that photo just is really, really mesmerizing. And if you read below, it talks about how it is a smoky, sultry, like the name is sultry. So it's more cool toned smoky. And I love that this is a cool toned type palette, but the colors are not gray or dull or going to make you look kind of sickly, which sometimes those more cool toned, you know, shades can do that. So I love the balance that's in here. I think it's a very easy palette to work with. Another video where I was wearing just this palette was, well, dang, what one is that? I'm in like white sweater. What video was that? I need to investigate. Hold, please. In my best black eyeliners in the whole universe world. That video, I will link it below. That is the video where I'm wearing the Sultry palette, but it's a very different look to what I am wearing today. So you can get a lot of versatility out of a palette like this. You have a fine mix of mattes and metallics. You get your transition shades, you know, birch and twig. You get noir, which is a beautiful black that you could use to accent the outer edge of the eye, do a full smoky look and layer metallics on top, or you could just use it as your liner. You do get a brush in here as well, and you can have all of this for $45. That's, you know, typical pricing for like a Sephora type palette. Look at the unicarton. I have an ASMR moment right now. Oh, the texture. Oh, I really like this palette color. I actually wish that there was a shade in here. I think teak is kind of the closest that was this color. Or hello, Anastasia, can you please make this in one of your loose glitters? Because I would I would really like to wear this shade. I really would. I think it's so super pretty. Okay, so we're gonna get to looking at the swatches. So you first have this gorgeous cream shade called Fresh. I love the name of that. Reminds me of milk for some reason. It's just like fresh, creamy, really beautiful shade to put all over the lid. Then you have the shade Pearl, great as an accent shade. You can use this under the brow bone. Then you have Steampunk, which I am wearing today as well. This one looks a little more green in the actual pan if you're just staring at it. But once you swatch it, it's really interesting because it turns a little more coppery bronze in my opinion than what you see in the pan. So this is one that I swatched that I liked even better than just looking at it in the pan. Then you have Rose Quartz, which is just so stunning. Oh my goodness. We have the shade Ember. Now this one is more, you know, a little more green tone going on in there. You have the shade Bloom, which really surprised me that this for a matte is so bright and easy to blend. Birch, which is what I used as a very generous transition base shade today. Then you have Cinder, which makes me die laughing because this is my mom's nickname. Like, no joke. I had an ex that for whatever reason started calling my mom Sindar, and it was like, it became a thing, and all of us would call her Sindar, and my mom's name is Cindy, and it just stuck for a while. But anyway, that is a name in the palette, Cinder. It's not Sindar, like we were like making fun of some alien thing. Anyway, then we have Twig, super pretty. Teak, closest to what the palette looks like on the outside. Then we have a deep brown, Dystopian. That one you do have to blend and be a little bit like packing, pulling, buffing. That is the technique that works best for this one. Then we have this silver shade that is actually like super flattering. Somehow for a silver, it's like they added a little bit of warmth in here so that it doesn't just look like that harsh gray where it just kind of takes everything down a notch and almost decreases your prettiness, I feel. Silver is one of those things that is so difficult to wear, but if you have the right warmth around it, where it's just like leaning into a little bit of warmth, it can look so, so pretty. I love that shade. It's Cyborg. Then you have Slate right next door, which is gray and matte and super creamy, beautiful. Then you have Noir, which is the black that you are going to be able to use as liner, as an outer edge, you know, depth enhancing situation, or you can use it to do like full-blown smoky eyes. Okay, so this is the Sultry palette, 45 bucks, quality through and through. I love everything about it, from the package, the feel, the texture of the shadows, the way the mattes blend. I love this. This is like, dare I say, because I love this one too, you guys. Like, I just like their palettes right now. This one, the metallics, the Norvina palette, are a little more flaky. I'm gonna show you some of the bronzy ones here so that you can see. They're just a little more flaky. You see? The colors are a slight difference. You know, like there's a little bit of a difference there from these, but I don't think you need both of these. And I actually like the packaging on this one better because it doesn't get dirty. This one I used so much that it just like, how did I disrespect this so hardcore? My God. But I like how this one stays clean. Okay, we have raved enough about the Sultry palette. You guys get it? Moving on to the glitters, which I am wearing today as well. I just want to show you just like gorgeous, beautiful swatches of these. They are $15. I love the packaging of them. Be careful as you tap the product out because a lot will spill out. But again, I would rather have that be the issue than be struggling like the NYX ones that are like a similar jar. Literally, you're just like, you are hating your life to try and get any of that glitter out, and it's super annoying. So I love the jar on these. I don't think you would be able to go through an entire one in a lifetime. So 15 bucks, you're gonna have it forever and you could use it for so many different things. The glitter itself is just so fine and reflective, but it's not a micro glitter. It's still a little bit, not chunky because that seems like a negative, but it just has this nice texture to it, and I really, really, really love it. So I am wearing on the lower lash line the shade Party. How pretty is that? I could just eat it up. And then on my lid, I have the shade Star Power. So I like using a good glitter glue, and you guys, I have one that is not gonna break the bank, and it is super amazing. So this is the BH Base Booster Glitter and Shadow Glue. This stuff is no joke. So the way that I did it is I put a little bit on my glass palette. I took a liner brush, put down where I wanted the glitter to stick to as a line, and then went in the glitter with the brush and patted that on, and that is how I got this look right here. For my lid, I just used my fingertip, pat, 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 and then picked up some of the glitter, pat, pat, pat. I like the color range. There's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing one. A family member has gone missing. Okay, hold on. Okay. All right, I found it. Are you guys interested maybe in a video of like what's in my modest travel bag? My family makes so much fun of me. They're like, you're such a diva. Oh my God, who needs all of that makeup? Why are you traveling with all of that makeup? But then what ends up happening is everybody comes to me and wants me to provide makeup services, or they just want to borrow stuff. And I kind of like play it like that. I always pack extra lashes, extra foundation, extra palettes, like fun things for them to play with. But I always have like my top favorites, like best of the best in my go bag. So if you guys want to see everything in there, let me know. Give the video a thumbs up. By the way, I'm also wanting to remind you guys to ring the bell. That has been on my mind in such a big way because I feel like there's an issue once again with videos being released to you guys, and not everybody's getting my videos. So make sure if you want to see my videos that you are subscribed, that you ring the bell, and then you will be notified. I am here Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. PST. So go ahead and take a moment and do that. Just because that has been a slight bump right now with YouTube. It's okay, it's all good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the arm swatches. So we have the shade Mystic Teal, Royal, Pink Sapphire, Blazing Sunset, Party, Electric, and Star Power. And now while I am chattering away with you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and just swatch this one that I didn't swatch on my arm, on my hand for you guys, just to show you. That's, ooh, that looks like what Taylor Swift was wearing at her concert. She had like the most beautiful eye look that was so simple. It literally was just wing liner. She had maybe slight shadow in the crease that was matte, and then she just had just like this. Love it. I think for 15 bucks, these are great. I don't think you need all of them. Do not go bananas with a glitter collection. Just think about realistically what event you would wear it to, how you're gonna wear it, and what your needs are. I always wanna make sure that you guys know whenever I'm saying this is good, this is great, this is neat, that you don't feel like you have to go out and rush and buy everything, because you really don't. I am more coming from a place of trying to help you guys figure out what's good, what's bad, so you don't end up with this massive, huge collection that is unnecessary. So just put some thoughtfulness in there of what you think you will use it for, but if you need some glitter, this is a great one. Moving on. There's this very cute set for $25. It is a limited edition set. This is newer from Anastasia, and you can get these for gorgeous little mini glosses. Now these are fun. I actually really, really like them. Let me go ahead and attempt to put them on for you. So the shade that I'm wearing right now is Pearl. I love it. I just have a little bit of lip liner down, and it's in the shade ARIA from Mellow. So I have this peachy lip liner on and just the gloss on top, and I really, really love these. They are comfortable, they do not feel gloppy or weird, so I do think they're nice. Personally though, there's just like, I don't know that I would need this, because I don't think I'd wear all 4 of them, you know? And I looked, and I don't think any of these shades are sold separately, and that is really pretty. It is another one of those things where if you are someone that loves a kind of glitter top coat for your lips, you like that look, you're into this, then 25 bucks for 4 shades I think is fair. And I think these feel great on the lips. They have kind of a buttercream frosting type scent. They're good. But I, as just like a consumer, probably wouldn't, I don't know, I don't think I'd get into this kit in particular. Like this pink one, I don't think I would ever wear. It's just a little bit too much. And then this lighter shade right here, Diamond, kind of the same thing. Like I wouldn't wear that, you know? So for me, there is one great shade in this collection, and that is Pearl, and I don't think they sell it separately, but they do sell this type of a topper separately. So you can go and purchase alone, like a large one, an Anastasia gloss, and whether it has the glitter in it or not, I think Anastasia glosses are really, really nice. Let's get into what I did not like. Great. This again is gonna be like personal and like have more to do with your makeup preferences. They have another kit where it's liquid lipsticks that you're gonna get, and it's holiday themed, I feel. You know, you're getting like a red and kind of an icy and a champagne. But this to me is just like, I don't know. I just feel like I look legit crazy in this. I mean, some people have an issue with me wearing glitter at all. It's like, hello, this would be like the next level of that. So for me, this kind of a metallic is a no. And I also have to say that Anastasia liquid lips, although beautiful and they have some great colors, they dry the crap out of my lips. Like seriously, so bad. I'm gonna put on the Mai Tai now just to show you. It's kind of the same thing. Oh, metallic liquid lips are like the worst too. When it dries down, you just look like prune lips. Like it's just bad. This is just a bad look for me. I don't feel comfortable wearing this kind of a thing. I feel like it looks awful. But in the art of trying on everything, I'm also going to show you guys the red shade, which is Phantom. This one actually is very, very pretty, and I have tried this one and worn it before. I ended up taking it off because it did really emphasize lines in my lips and dry them out. But if you don't have that issue and you love like this kind of metallic red, this is really pretty. This is such a gorgeous color. It's just very, very drying on me, and that might be a me issue and not a you issue. So if you love this kind of a red, ooh, it is so beautiful. I just don't know that I would purchase this whole kit just for that one color for 25 bucks. Do they sell Phantom separately? Let's find out. Nope. All right, so that one, oh my gosh, they should make it just a solo shade because it is freaking gorgeous. It's already starting to do the dry down thing where it almost turns kind of powdery on me, and that's what I don't like. So when I look close up in a mirror, I'm like, oh, I need some chapstick. So before I sign off of this video, I do want to give you a quick little guide as to how I did my eye look today. It was not terribly hard. I didn't do a ton of steps. It just took a moment to blend the darker brown, but beyond that, it was fast. So I started with Fresh all over the lid using a fluffy brush as I normally do. I really love the technique right now of brightening up right underneath here and kind of pressing that color in and packing it on a little bit heavier on the inner portion of my upper lid to just kind of lift and brighten things up. So I did that. Then I went in with Birch and I used my Kylie number 11 brush. That is one that is shaped just perfectly for my eye shape, and I just spent some time really building and blending the crease out. Then I moved straight into Dystopian and I used a small fiber brush. I just would kind of pack, swirl, pack, swirl, pack, swirl, focusing on the outer half of the crease, not pulling the color toward the nose at all, but just keeping everything nice and wide and building that color and swirling that color and building that color and getting it to have like a nice fade. I then took another brush and I just pressed that same shade on the very, very, very outer edge just to kind of have some connection right here at that outer corner. I went in with Teak on my fingertip, I pressed it all over the lid, and then I went into Steampunk and I focused on the inner portion of the eye just to brighten things up ever so slightly. I then smoked out the lower lash line just using a two-step with Dystopian on a smaller brush, fanning it out with Birch and taking my time really buffing and blending and smoking that lower lash line out. So from there, I did go into Pearl and I hit it pretty heavy on the highlight underneath the high point of my brow bone. I added some liner. I added my $10 Flutter lashes that I'm obsessed with at the moment. I went in on the lid with a little bit of loose glitter and then the blue loose glitter on the lower lash line, which I already showed you, so I won't stay there long. But boom, that is that. Pretty easy look, really dramatic. I like how it ended up, and these shadows wear beautifully. I didn't even use an eyeshadow primer today. This is just, you know, on top of any excess concealer, foundation that I may have pressed on my lid while doing my face makeup. So there we have it, you guys. Let me know what you think about this collection. Did it catch your eye, or did it kind of make you go, like another eyeshadow palette that's bronzy and whatever? I would be curious to hear your thoughts. So let me know in the comments. I love you guys so, so much. Make sure you are subscribed, ring that bell. I am here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 10 a.m. PST. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Thank you so much for hanging out. Mwah.